An abrupt cut straight into the show. Welcome everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We're watching Sketching Past Midnight Live, and I am your somewhat humble host, the greatest one of all time. I am the undisputed, unchallenged, so it must be true. CB Smallwood here with you on this Christmas special. I expect to be flying solo tonight, this evening, whatever time it is, time zone that you're in. It's currently like what time we got? Let me look up here. Well, we got it's 2:25 where I'm at. It's 2:25. So there you go. So anyway, got a new setup. I know you can't really see it right now, but I basically have a mic stand. I found well, I don't want to say it's an old mic stand, but I've had it for many years, never actually got to use it, and I found it, and now it's my boom stand for my stuff. So I got my phone basically taped to it, and the cool thing is it swings back and forth, very, very smooth, and then I can lift it up. Now, I also want to point out one other thing. Lift this up some more. Is, you know, I don't know how long this broadcast is going to last. I have Wi-Fi issues, or maybe it's phone issues, technological issues. So this could cut out in 3 minutes into the broadcast, or it could cut out like, I don't know, 20 minutes in. So it is what it is. I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I hope you had a good one. So to kind of pick up where we left off, I was showing my portfolio of what all I've done. And let's see, maybe I can raise this up a little higher. And can we tilt it? Can we tilt this a little higher? All right. So how's that? Is that better? I'll have to work on my presentation here. So, you know, we got to look at that. And these are pages from the Wildcat Anthology, which is coming. You know, I've got people pouring in their ideas, their notes, their drawings, their art, everything of their contributions, because it's going to be like anywhere from 4 to 6 different stories that is going to end up in the Wildcat Anthology by, like, I don't know, like double the number of creators. And so lots of cool stuff with that. So I'm going to try to draw on this tonight, and we'll see how that goes. I'll put that over to the side. Here's me doing my women's studies, working on the ladies, trying to figure that stuff out. And if you remember last episode, I went in this big long-winded thing talking about Crimson Frog. Crimson Frog, I created the story that exists within the Ethan Van Sciver Cyberfrog universe. This is a one-off. This is going to be a free book that I'm going to do in what do you call it? In conjunction with whatever. With Gibran, the creator of, oh boy, this is pretty bad. I'm going to get a spanking for not remembering this right off the bat. What did Gib make? It's right on the tip of my tongue, but I'll think of it later. He's on the Artcasters with Jeff Laverty. Okay. You can find him there. And also Arch City Comics, they're going to help me with this. So Gib's going to give a slap on the colors. And Arch City Comics is, assuming I haven't talked to them since they offered, but as of right now, they're going to be lettering it. And it's going to be a free thing. I'm just going to give to people, you know, so it's going to be good promotion for everyone. It's also going to be, I don't know, just a fun project. Abe says Doomed Barbarian. That's what Gib did. And you could actually, I think Doomed Barbarian, you could read like pretty much the full comic on Webtoons. I think it's Webtoons. Thank you, Abe. We all saw this before it cut out. So I'm kind of going quick because I have no idea when this live stream is just going to cut out on me. We got to see the ladies. And I think the Rogue come out pretty good. I can never draw a good Wonder Woman. I like her face, her head, and all that other stuff. But like, I think what it is, I get so caught up in the costume that it throws me off, and my art actually gets worse and worse and worse the more I draw a Wonder Woman. It's just not in me. I'll have to get past my mental blocks. I will create a beautiful Wonder Woman one day. And then I got one of the spider women there. And I started a little sketch of some type of feline, some type of dog. Now, I'm actually going to be doing a lot more pretty ladies, sexy ladies in the future. Oh, what's this? I got a message. I'll have to check that later. But anyway, and I'm going to try to promote my art, get more of me out there. And so I'm going to try to draw more stuff that people are familiar with, popular characters. And I think my YouTube channel and Instagram and Parlors and Minds and Twitters, all my social medias should come together. I mean, I've been drawing a lot since you saw me last, and I've actually come up with an awesome method for drawing women quickly, easily, and it comes out looking fairly good. Not all of these are going to be winners, but I find that 7 times out of 10, I get a really good skeletal frame for drawing pretty ladies. I've been also working on the men and stuff, and I'm going to do a video in the future, showing you if this looks interesting to you, if it looks like something that anyone would want to learn. I mean, I've been just figuring stuff out, pushing myself, and I found this cheap 11 by 17 paper. It's like really see-through and stuff, and I love to sketch on this. It's awesome. It's like I don't have to worry about running out of room drawing feet, running out of room drawing the torso if I don't do my proportions right. And so I love sketching on this. I just find it to be awesome. And I'm sorry I don't have a lot of cool art yet to show you because I haven't got to it yet, but just lots of sketches. Been really trying to work on everything from lettering, using different brushes, different pens to see if I can replicate a cool letter thing. I mean, I'm really trying to up my game as an artist and get better and improve. Just so tired of not being good. And just so tired of not getting stuff done. Here I am working on my character Groom, just trying to, look at different things. And I've actually he looks not super different, but quite a bit different from this. I don't have that handy right now. It's in my sketchbook, but I think I found a look for him that I think looks pretty cool. And here we are, me doing different studies, down shots of everything. And we've got, I mean, I did a lot of these. Actually, I forgot about this. I was going to do a promotional ad for War Eagle. So I got all these characters that I've made. I've got a lot of different stories I'm going to tell. So I'm just kind of like doing them all at once. That's not really professional, but like I find that if I'm working on a project and I start to get bored, then I go switch to drawing something else, because I feel like for me personally, it's more important to keep drawing than it is to sit and just try to force yourself to draw something that you've lost interest in. It doesn't mean you can't get the interest back. It's just that, I mean, you can't sit and play Call of Duty all day. Some people can. But, after you get your 30 minutes in, a few hours in, whatever it is, you're done. You don't want to keep, you need to change to something else. I mean, that's not the best example, but to kind of frame this train of thought that I'm talking about in this Christmas special, this has nothing to do with Christmas, but whatever. This is the most important project I'm working on right now, because people are depending on me to get my stuff done. And, because I have to take the lead. I have to be the leader, It's my project, and so I have to lead by example, so I got to get this stuff done. And so the most important thing is getting this finished, getting my story, my contribution in this book finished. So that way, I lead by example, and if anyone else needs help, I can go and hopefully help them with wherever they need help with. Assume they want my help or need my help, or my help is welcome or qualified to even help. So what I do is for this main project, I will draw on this for as long as I can until I start to go insane. And when I feel that insanity kicking in, I treat myself to a reward. So like for these chains, for example, I set a goal for myself that I was going, look at these chains. Look at these chains. Let me zoom in here. I don't like that blurriness. There we go. I thought these chains came out really pimping. But I set a goal for myself that I was going to sit and draw these chains, and I was not going to be allowed to draw anything else till I finished drawing these chains. I don't know. This may have took 30 minutes to an hour, maybe 2 hours. I don't know, somewhere in there. It was no more than 2 hours. At bare minimum, probably 30 minutes. But I told myself that until I got this part finished, I could not draw anything else. And so once I got that done, minimize that, shrink it, shrink. Once I got that finished, then I could go and sketch or draw something else, work on Monster Patrol and all this other stuff. Let me set this to the side because I'm going to try to draw that later. All right, so here I am trying to figure out how to draw chains. You ever seen how in comics there's like people that can draw chains that are twisted and twisting? And I haven't quite figured that out, and that's what a lot of this is, me trying to figure that out. And here I am trying to learn a little bit of Mark Silvestri architecture, because I really love the way he draws buildings. I think it's fantastic. Oh, look here. I might as well show you this. I make notes on everything. Got videos that I plan to make. And, yeah, so those are videos that are coming in the future, assuming the first one does well, I feel like I'm getting to a really good place. Here on this, I'm studying and trying to figure out, a lot of different stuff. Like I'm working on my perspective. I'm trying to figure out things that I can incorporate into my Wildcat comic, the main one that I'm working on. And also studying Mike Mignola. But I don't know if you really noticed this or not, but I've actually turned Hellboy into Wildcat and all these because I find that I'm more interested in studying stuff if it's more personal and meaningful to me. So if I find things I like, I'll swap it and twist it and make it my own and do all that crap. But yeah, studying Mike Mignola, his use of shadows, his blacks and stuff. And I tell you something right now, this is really cool. And, this is probably not the best example. You actually want to look at some Mike Mignola art to know what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can zoom this. There we go. But we'll look at this hand. So, when you lay down your blacks on a drawing, doing it Mignola style, it seems like I noticed that what he does is if there's a white space, then let's say right here there's a white space, there's going to be dark, and then the next thing you should see is light, and then the next thing will be dark, so forth and so on. It's just, I can't really explain it, but just trust me on this. So if there's light would be followed by darkness, and then the thing that's followed by darkness is light, and followed by light is darkness, and that's kind of like how he does his shadows and his storytelling, a lot of the things that he does. Let me zoom back out here. Well, I'm zooming in. What am I doing? There we go. I think that's full zoomed out. Probably should do these in the right order, so let me move this out of the way. Hang on. Bear with me. Okay. So, what we're looking at here is me trying to work on Monster Patrol. And here we got a sketch of his tentative name is Primus Devar. Primus Devar is like this villain I created for the Awesome Five until I morphed them into Monster Patrol. And, I thought, like he's like a villain from Germany. Not that there's anything wrong with Germany, whatever, but he happens to be from Germany. He's like a general or something like that. I don't know. The story could change. And so I got him in the color green, but you notice that he happens to look like Dr. Doom. So here I did a big sketch of his head, and I was like, okay, how about we make it red? Like, give his outfit a different color, make him Regal Beagle. I'm really attached to the green, though. I don't know if I can let that go, but, I'll have to make some adjustments. And over here on the left, I wrote down the lock system, which is who is your lead, what is their objective, what's the climax of the story, and the knockout ending. So I got that wrote down. I wrote down some notes for the story embryo, and I was getting ready to get into a lot of that, fleshing the story out before I got into everything. And then I got a lot of these titles wrote out, these books that I want to work on. There's Blackheart, War Eagle, Devil Dare, Silver Streak, Wildcat, and Monster Patrol. And I want to get these out in the next couple of years, and we'll see how that goes. And I did some little thumbnails for the story, and the thumbnails are all mixed up. They're just all over the place. And then on the back, I actually laid out a lot more spots for the thumbnail, so I could pretty much get like the hypothetical first issue of Monster Patrol planned out on this one page. All right. So we're about 18 minutes in now, and I have no clue if this feed will end, if my internet will go bad, if my phone will blow up, if aliens will come snatch me. I have no idea, so I apologize if that happens. But I do want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Abe says, Merry Christmas, by the way. Sketches are cool as finished art. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. So we're looking at the first page of Monster Patrol, and I could change this to do the layout different. And you have to trust me. Usually, a lot of when I first start working on something, it always looks like crap. It always looks awful. But here we got is the main protagonist of the story, and he is on this hill, and they're surrounded by darkness. Okay, they're in this dark place, and he's got all these guys in hazmat suits, and they're fighting these Lovecraftian monsters. And then there's like green smoke. Of course, you can't see the colors, but there's green smoke through here, and they're getting overwhelmed by these creatures. See, you see that guy in the corner there? He's he's not having a good go. Things are not working out, and then we got channeling my inner Kirby. This guy's getting overwhelmed, but I don't like his face. I want this to look really good. I'm leaning toward more like Jim Lee-ish, Mark Silvestri-ish, type of quality. I'm not saying draw 100% like him. What I mean is that it's a very tight professional look is what I'm looking for. So anyway, this is page 1, and I'm thinking there'll be a page 2 maybe, and this will end up being page 3. And so basically, his makeshift name, Primus Devar, General Devar, whatever you want to call him, he's talking, and I thought that what I wanted to do is have like maybe an underling, reaching up to him in despair, asking for his help. So these panels may change, and the whole time he's not really noticing because he's annoyed, he's frustrated because he's on a mission to claim something in this Lovecraftian dimension. He wants something in this Lovecraftian dimension, and he's not getting it, and he wants reinforcements because it will be his, and he will not be denied. So the first 3 or 4 pages of Monster Patrol kind of sets up, this is your hook, the hook of the story. I want people to, like, when they pick up the comic, they got the cool cover, right? They got the cover to get excited about, and then they flip open, And then they got, right away, they're seeing something that's interesting, different, that you don't see every day. And it's sort of like, to give away the formula here, I really like how Steven Spielberg does things, because what Steven Spielberg does is, in a lot of his movies, he gives you the hook. Okay, he gives you the hook. He gives you the thing that's like, okay, this is why you should continue to watch this movie. This is why you should sit through the boring parts, because I'm going to reward you with this nice, tasty treat. And so, like, if we look at the beginning of Jurassic Park, what do we see at Jurassic Park? It's the first start of the movie. They're there at the park. You don't see a lot of it, but you can tell that there's men in professional gear. There's a professional looking cage, and there's some type of beast in the cage, and they're having a rough time with it. And so you already know that this is a dinosaur movie. It's called Jurassic Park. So you know that more than likely there's a dinosaur in there, but you don't get to look at it. You don't get to see it. So there's an air of mystery to it. And then eventually things go wrong, and you see this guy getting pulled in, get killed. And then right there, it tells you everything that you need to know within the first probably 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, honestly, of what you need to know about that movie. And then you're stuck in your seat. And then from that point on, what Steven Spielberg proceeds to do is show you the main characters. He gives you the boring stuff, but he finds a way to make the boring stuff interesting. So even in the boring scenes, what people would consider boring is actually fascinating and fun. And then eventually, you get to the island, so forth and so on. I'm sorry I got a long-winded explanation, but that's kind of like the layout, the process idea for how I'm doing Monster Patrol and how I, plan to do other comics. You can learn a lot by studying directors and their approach to making movies. Okay, I know you guys can not really see this, make heads or tails of what's going on. But this is going to be an airport, this part up here. And I was just kind of like, farting out of airport. And so I'm probably going to need some reference for that. I got this guy here, probably change his face up a little bit, but anyway, maybe his body too, whatever. But he's annoyed. He's like a business professional. He's like an agent, that type of thing. And he is looking for his client. And over here, she's in the distance. She's surrounded by people. Maybe some of them are noticing her, but mostly she's just kind of taking selfies. We got his head in the foreground, and he's yelling at her. And right now, her makeshift name is Elizabeth Grimley. Elizabeth Grimley. So he's hollering at Elizabeth Grimley. She's mostly ignoring him, still taking selfies. We got his hand on the briefcase, business guy type of thing. And then we go in for the money shot. I don't know. But anyway, so Elizabeth Grimley, she's taking her selfies and all this other stuff. Actually, this panel doesn't really flow well with that. I may have to rethink that. Yeah. I don't know. Screw it. I'll leave it in for now. So anyway, she's taking her selfies. Down here, we've got her agent, and he's like, your brother's, getting ready to show up and everything. I've been looking for you all over this airport and blah, blah, blah. And she's saying blah, blah, blah. And then she's a talking here, and I tell you something interesting. Originally, when I drew her, she didn't. It didn't really pop. It wasn't really popping. And remember the lady sketches that I was doing earlier? I'll pull out a random one here. These right here, of trying to figure out how to draw ladies. Well, her original pose is very flat, two-dimensional cardboard, and I actually erased her body, kept her head, and used that formula that I created to do more of this pose, kind of going for a J. Scott Campbell look, not 100% in totality, but in spirit. So anyway, you can't really tell, but her agent is right here. Here's his head, shoulders, and he's got her her bag here. Okay, it's on her shoulder. He's got another bag of hers. He's got her little rolling briefcase thing and a bunch of other stuff. And she's basically making him pack all this crap, you know. Make sure I'm zoomed out here. So, oh, okay. So that is page 4 or 5 of Monster Patrol, you know. So, you know, I got the hook within the first 3 or 4 pages, and then I start introducing you to the main characters. And this is Elizabeth Grimley, and she is the one that turns into She-Beast. She turns into She-Beast. All right, so let me flip this over. A bunch of white pages for me to work on. No, actually, we got one here. What in the world? This is my character, Blackheart, which is based off the Black Terror. And we've got his flying pirate ship. We've got his skeletons, which are like, you know, they're going to be like green in color with red coal hearts. And they're always followed by this green mist. He has this fire sword. You know, he's got a flying pirate ship, you know, got this lady here. She will detach from the ship, but that's like a spoiler. Happens later on, big surprise, whatever. Yeah, so, you know, I probably end up redrawing this. I mean, I'm not done with it, you know, but, yeah, I'm going to, keep working on this, flesh this out, and redraw this again. So this is going to be a new promo piece. And I like to draw these random scenes. I don't know if you can see that really well. I like to draw these random scenes, and I think to myself, well, I can use these later. I can put them in the comic book later, and that will, you know, that way I'll have them. You know, I can just insert this anywhere. I got the generic bad guy kind of sketched in there. This is actually, I think you've seen this before. This potentially will go into the Wildcat first issue, the actual first issue, not the anthology, but the first issue. We got more Wildcat mayhem here. You know, a lot of this stuff that I'm showing you is unfinished. You know, this has to be blacked in. I need to figure out what kind of pose I'm going to have his hand in. So if I can't figure nothing out, that's what will end up happening. But I kind of want to do something better. Here I am working on my ladies, trying to get the look down. Here I am working on my dudes. Which Jens has seen this stuff before. This is old news. I've done a little bit more on this since you've seen last. All right. Let's see. Here's a random Hulk story I was doing. I posted it on Instagram, and this is one of my experiments to draw popular characters and try to, you know, get a following. And didn't have much success with it, but it's one of these things where you have to keep pouring kindling on the fire before you can reap the rewards of the warmth and the heat and be able to cook your food, you know. So I have to put more, I have to draw more stuff for people to, you know, take notice. And here is what I feel is a really badass page of Blackheart. I love how this turned out. Skeletons look cool, but if you notice, I kind of I was like, well, when this is colored, I really don't want to see a lot of this skeletal structure because I want the outline of the skeletal structure, but I want a lot of green mist here. And so, and then this is kind of like more of the look I was going to go for. But then I thought to myself, what I could do is this page. I'm not really super professional with how I do things sometimes, but this page could be the page where he basically finds his minions from hell to be his crew on his pirate ship. And so as they emerge from hell, from the hellish realm, they're going from being on fire to being being immersed in the green mist and having coal for hearts. And, you know, he's sending them away. And this is kind of more like how they kind of look. You know, you see their bone silhouettes or whatever. And really, I love this page. And this is one of my favorite things I've done. Besides this, you know, everybody's seen this. This is, I think Monster Patrol is going over well with people. You know, I don't want to make it sound like I got people pawning over this, really, you know, really wanting into it. But besides Wildcat, I feel like people are genuinely interested in where I'm going with this. And it seems to be that She-Beast is the breakout character of all these so far. I like this, but I don't like it. I don't like his head. I feel like, you know, oh, actually I don't like his arm either, but need to do his head better. So I think I'll redraw this, you know, just do the same pose and everything, but like just do it better. I didn't like how this turned out. I actually went back and fixed Wildcat, you know, after I learned to draw chains better. I went and redrew it. I actually fixed a few things on his pant legs so that it jives just a little bit better than what it originally did. And then I think I fleshed his hands out just a little bit more, even though there's still more that I could do. So this is, yeah, you guys have seen this stuff. This is all old. Oh, here's Crimson Frog. Page 1 of Crimson Frog. Page 2. Page 3. Here's my character, Ghost Lantern. Originally, the name of the character was Ghostface, but then I learned that the character from Scream, that's the nickname for that character, is Ghostface. But man, I really like to use Ghostface if I could. May still do that and just say screw it, do it. But anyway, Ghost Lantern for right now. So I did a really quick sketch. So this is not like a finished thing. So don't judge too hard on that. Bought like a pack of this stuff. Let's see. Here's a good right here. Look at this. You see Blackheart there and his skull minions. That's how I want it to look colored. I think that would look awesome. And I'm trying to work on the saying that he's got. You know, he's kind of like, what if Batman had the powers of Superman and Doctor Strange? So he's basically a Batman as a Jedi, maybe. And he's got this little saying here, and I'm still working on it. You know, by Orion's light, eternal justice burns bright. Evil, what is it? Evil fears, black hearts, da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know what the rest of it would be. I have no idea. But I want him to have a saying like that. You know, I think that would be cool. Working on another Blackheart page. I like how it's turned out so far. It made some generic bad guy. Here's Monster Patrol, one of the rough designs I did for him. Is that in zoomed? Good. This is what the guy that's got the gravity powers, this is what he actually looks like. So that looks cool, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it does too. Don't have a name for him yet, but the rest of them. There's what the blue flame kind of looks like, you know, when she's in like stage 2 of her power before she goes full blown. Me trying to figure out what She-Beast looks like in the face. I need to flip through these quicker. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. That's pretty much the meat and potatoes of what I need to show you. Let me flip this stuff back over and let's actually get to let's get to work. Let's get to work and get some stuff done. I'm sorry. I know I ain't really showing you nothing on camera just yet. That's because I'm putting this crap together. What is this? Oh, this is random papers. So let me get this out. Man, I've talked myself dry. I honestly have. Let me get these other 2 pages. I always like to have like a couple of the pages of the story that I did before kind of laying handy. So that way, I kind of know how everything looks and I can look back, you know. So if a guy's got 4 fingers on the last page, I can remember to do 4 fingers on the next. I don't know. Does that make sense? So, before we go any further, and I start working on this bad boy, let's see if I have the question of the day queued up. Here we go. Okay, question of the day. What movies or TV has the internet spoiled for you? What movies or TV has the internet spoiled for you? And I'm going to tell you right now, internet's been spoiling the crap out of my movies and TV. I'm sick of it. I'm just aggravated, you know. Let me zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. You have to let me know if I'm drawing off panel. Okay, so let me get in story mode here. Let's say Carmine, Merry Christmas, just jumping over from mail-in stream. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Really, really appreciate it. Okay, so the question of the day was what movies or TV has the internet ruined for you? So I'll go ahead and answer my own question. And that's basically, all right, 2 things is The Mandalorian, the end of The Mandalorian, and potentially some important plot points for The Matrix 4. And I'm not going to tell you what these are. I'm not going to ruin it for you if you've not seen it. You know, I'm not going to do what the internet's done to me. But basically, you know, I did pretty good for a while of avoiding, you know, like Twitter and stuff. But I noticed like every time a new episode would drop of The Mandalorian, Twitter would be all over it, you know, giving key points about the story and everything like that. And it kind of sapped a lot of the fun of it for me. I'm sorry. I kind of drew off panel there. Kind of sucked a lot of the fun of it for me. Sucked it dry. You know, if it was a leech sucking on a human and it had like super genetic mutant powers because it was bitten by a radioactive spider, it would not only stick to you and put webbing all over you, but it would suck so much blood out of you that you would be a mummified corpse. So it's like there was a big spoiler revealed, not just by Twitter, by YouTube, by everybody and their mother for the ending of The Mandalorian. And I knew that it was going to be a da-da-da-da, somebody that's a da-da-da-da. And so I was like, all right, so they ruined that much for me. I'm just going to try to avoid looking at YouTube thumbnails that has that in it. I'm going to try to avoid little whatever. I'm going to just scroll really quick by it. But one thing after another, you know, they featured an actor that's da-da-da-da. You know, it's just too much. So, I'm having to turn this around so I can draw it. I know my viewers drop out as I'm getting into the Star Wars, Mandalorian. But anyway, it really ruined it for me. I was aggravated there. And then there's something else. I was talking about the Matrix earlier, how the internet has ruined the Matrix 4. There is an awesome YouTube channel. I recommend that you check it out. I think it's called The Matrix Explained. The Matrix Explained. Now, be warned. If you don't want to know anything about the new Matrix that's coming out, don't subscribe to the channel because you will see the thumbnails with the plot leaks and the key details of what the movie's about and a lot of surprises, and it will ruin it for you. So, you know, I'm just letting you know right now. I mean, I hate to say that, you know, tell somebody not to subscribe to somebody's channel because I wouldn't want nobody to say that about mine. But like, you know, if you don't want your movie ruined for you, okay? And I did something that it's kind of lame, maybe. I don't think it was that lame, but I actually left a comment on one of the videos. And I was like, hey, you know, I really like your channel, really like your videos, but can you please change your thumbnails and you know, and stuff like that when it comes to the Matrix 4 movies, because you know, it's just, it really ruins a lot of the movie for me. You know, and not just me, just a lot of people, you know. But then some people would say, you know, why look at the content? Why, you know, why not just look away? Well, I think it's one of these things where you can't look away, you know. I mean, YouTube and Google, Facebook, they all look at your internet search history, and they basically, is this blurry? There we go. It basically recommends things to you, and it puts it in your face, so you can't run from it, you know. I just basically told the guys, like, you know, I had to unsubscribe. I had to unsubscribe to you because you're ruining a movie I haven't seen yet. It's almost as bad as like the trailers for movies that you watch. You ever see these trailers where they basically show you the whole movie in the trailer? I cannot stand that. And I just find that why can't they find people to make good trailers for movies anymore? You know, why do they have to give everything away? So, for me, the two things that the internet has ruined for me is the ending of Mandalorian and also a little bit of Matrix 4. And I'm trying my best to forget stuff from Matrix 4. I'm sorry if I'm drawing off frame here. I'm just kind of doing it how, like, you know, when I'm by myself, a drawing and that sort of thing. There's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to flesh out as much stuff as I can, so I don't, you know, go in blind when I go to ink it, you know. I kind of like how that curled out. It's kind of got this Brett Booth, Sam Keith vibe, you know, the way they did that. That's going to be hard to replicate in the inks. That's one of the things I hate about inking, is sometimes you can make things look better, but then sometimes you'll do something really cool pencil-wise, and it just comes out worse when you ink it. Okay, but I heard my son just woke up. We'll see how this plays out. I want to get really quiet. Gonna try to hide from him. Want to hide from my boy on Christmas? Does that make me the Scrooge? I just want the draw. Just for a little bit. Okay, in this panel, basically, we're going to do like a very quick ASMR edition of Sketching Past Midnight. But in this panel, basically, Wildcat is chained up to the pole, and so what's happening here is his little cybernetic eye has loosened up and broken up the chains. Cybernetic polar bear comes in with his axe, and basically he swings the axe, he hits the pole with the chain. But the thing is, because the cybernetic eye, which is here now, because it loosened up the chains right here, he was able to move his body out of the way before he was struck. So hopefully, if I drew this right, that you can tell that. So I'm drawing little doodads, little chain debris here. All right, let me flesh out the pole here. And we'll make the pole about that thick. Okay. Probably should use a ruler. Use a ruler, CB. G-O. Well, it didn't make much of a difference because the axe is still covering it up, so I guess that looks right. Okay, now I need to do the hard part, which is make this look cool. So we got Wildcat here. I feel like his head should be turned a little differently. I don't know. Don't be blurry, camera. Straighten up. There we go. Sometimes you have to be firm with it. I'm this camera's daddy. Let's see if you're going that way. Dang it. I need a big floppy hole here. Because this is where his eye was at, you know. Let me zoom in here so you can see just a little bit better. Come on, camera. There we go. So his cybernetic eye came out of this hole, so it needs to be kind of floppy-like. And because of the angle of the head, you need to make this part a little shorter and make this a little wider here. So I was doing pretty good talking a while ago when I was talking about myself. So I guess I'm pretty vain. What do you call that? When you're very self-absorbed. That is the most undynamic. Get that mouth out of there. How about he needs more, something like that. Yeah. Let's put his bottom fang in there. Okay. Not his bottom fang, but his top fang. I'm sorry. Okay, we got that going on. Let's see. I also want to mention what time I'm thinking about it and drawing this, that my good buddy Abe, he did his version of the colors for Monster Patrol. He had that posted up on Artcasters, and I think which is on Facebook. And also, God, he's looking like kind of like a messed up Doc Brown. But I also shared it on Twitter if you want to see Abe's colors for Wildcat. You know, not Wildcat, but Monster Patrol, which I thought, you know, came out really good. Looked really nice. Man, I don't like this head at all. But I didn't really plan this out. I kind of just, focus camera, focus. I didn't really plan it out. I just kind of, you know, slopped it on there. Thought it looked good enough. That's where you get in trouble when you're drawing, trying to make comics or something. You're just trying to slop something down. Like, well, that's good enough. But it should never be just good enough. It should be the best that you can do. You know, if you know you can do better, always do better. And I'm mostly talking to myself here, you know, giving myself my own pep talk, you know. Because you have to be reminded. You have to remind yourself sometimes, you know, like don't settle, you know, just to get something done. I mean, maybe sometimes it's important, you know, if you got deadlines and stuff, but I ain't got no deadlines, you know. There ain't nobody, you know, begging for this to come out. And so, you know, if I have the time to put the extra effort in it to make it look good, then that's what I should do, you know. That's my logic anyway. What the hell kind of leg did I draw here? What is this? Oh, this is his kind of his back and his butt. But how much? Okay. Maybe I can salvage it. Focus camera. Nobody can't see what I'm drawing. Let me scritch in some little bit of Silvestri or something mildly like Silvestri. Oh, what's this? What's my phone telling me? It's untelling. I can get a little back jean pocket here going on here. Okay, and then I'm going to do a drop shadow there. Oops, you couldn't even see what I was drawing. Let me zoom out here. Wildcat come out with this really feminine pose. Oh boy, that's not good. That's not very inspiring, is it? Not at all. I'll fix it. Okay. We're now almost 1 hour into the broadcast. I spent most of the time showing my artwork off. And just want to encourage everyone, if you've not done so already, here is the question of the day, which is what movies or TV has the internet spoiled for you? And you can either answer in the comments down below or in the chat live. Makes no difference to me. Or don't comment on the question of the day at all. Makes no difference. I'm just thrilled that anyone takes the time to watch these videos. And I'm doubly thrilled that YouTube has not kicked me off the internet. My internet service provider has not throttled my internet. So I'm having a good night with this stuff. So that's a plus. I like that. Let's see here. I think I should do that. Yeah, there we go. We got something going on here. It's getting a little bit better. It's not perfect. It needs to be, though. It needs to be as good as I can make it. I just need to, I think if I fix this face, if I make this face look better somehow, then I'm gonna be a lot happier with it. Okay, let's see. Got his nose. Oh, man. And he's maybe just like a kind of an angry look. He's not too pleased about being you know, somebody trying to strike him there. I really need to work on this. It's one of these things where you cannot erase too much, because basically what ends up happening is like your paper just kind of gives out, and besides giving out, it leaves the former indentation of what you were doing. And when you go to scan it, the poor old colorist has to clean that up later on, Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just cover his freaking eye up, the eye hole, and that will give me a little bit more, that'll make it look better, I think. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. It's not perfect. We add a shadow to the bottom, to some of this, to give us a third dimension. A little bit of shadow in here because his back is against it. Okay, there we go. We go to this one. The only thing I don't like about this focus camera, the only thing I don't like about this panel is the hand. It's not the worst hand in the world. I really need to fix that. If I thicken the fingers up just a little bit. All right. Focus camera. Okay. Well, let's zoom out entirely. Lift this up. Up. So if you look at the page, I think this page turned out pretty good so far. And when I go to do the black and white of it, when I guess digitally color it in black and white or whatever, I think there's going to be a lot of things that pop out a lot more. I put a lot of thought into the idea of the snow, like maybe I'll leave the snow white and I actually have the sky be like a light gray. And so that way that'll make the snow pop out a lot more. And then you'll know that it's snow. At least that's my theory. I don't have a lot of experience with doing black and white, and also limited experience with color. I'm getting better at coloring. Okay, so I figure at this point in the video, I'll give everybody a quick update about everything, other than the art that I've shown you. First of all, I just want to say thank you to everybody that takes the time to watch my videos. I really appreciate you being there for me. It means a great deal to me, and I don't take none of it for granted. Because you're just going to always give your time to somebody else or somewhere else. And time's the most precious commodity you have. And so when you spend it with me, it means a lot. And, I view people that comment, like, subscribe, view, chat, do anything, almost like family. Like family, yes. I know we're not having a dinner or anything or exchanging gifts, but I really do feel that way, Lots of good things are coming. Me and a whole slew of talented, wonderful people are working on the Wildcat Anthology. We'll do a crowdfund for it. It will be, my gut tells me it will succeed as a crowdfund. Yeah, I believe so. And that wasn't very enthusiastic, but but I believe it will be funded, and it's going to be cool to get that out there, to have some Wildcat in print, and not just by my own hand, but also by a lot of people contributing, their versions of Wildcat and their stories of Wildcat, and that's just going to be so fun and so awesome to read, and hopefully I can promote those people and help get them more noticed. Not saying that my platform's large or anybody cares, about what I do. But I feel like the more we help each other, the more we put our stuff out there, the better things are going to be for everyone, Also, I have a Facebook page called the Indie Comics Explosion. Indie Comics Explosion. It was basically an experiment, to bring fans with comic book creators and have them together. Because you see a lot on these Facebook groups where you have comic book artists sharing their artwork. They're basically sharing their artwork to other comic book artists. You need to share your artwork with people that's actually going to buy it, purchase it, appreciate it. I'm not saying that other artists don't do that, but we need to find a way to bring fans to us, and have a really nice symbiotic relationship and all this other stuff. And so I wanted to create that. I have no idea how to accomplish that right off. But I wanted to set up the infrastructure so that way when I wanted to get started, I'd have something already up and going that I can, steer in that direction. And the cool thing is, the Indie Comics Explosion. There we go. Indie Comics Explosion. That's what it's called. Indie Comics Explosion. With that Facebook group, it's actually growing, and I think it's up to 187 members. I think that's what it is, and it's just naturally growing on its own. At first, I had sent a lot of invites, and now I've quit doing that, and now people are just asking to join on their own. If anyone is part of the Indie Comics Explosion on Facebook, I would encourage you, and you don't have to do this, but I would encourage you to just like people's posts if it looks mildly interesting to you, or you thinking to put effort in or whatever. Just like their post. You don't have to do that, but I'm just asking that you consider doing it, and the reason is, I feel like it's going to, what it does, it makes the artist's day. It encourages them to keep going forward, to keep working, to keep drawing, to keep doing their thing. And that's one of the biggest things that an artist needs, other than money, is encouragement. And I feel like it will up the engagement and stuff like that. But you don't have to do that, but I'm just, recommending that, if that makes sense. Some other cool news, good news. Let's see. The anthology's doing well. The tentative deadline is January 15th, but we may bump that up to, it could be like, February 15th, or, maybe April 15th, whatever, to give everybody time to get finished. Because, this ain't like some big rush job or anything. I want everybody to do good. I want everybody to be excited about what it is that they're doing, and to put out their best work that they can. I'm not expecting the moon or anything like that. I'm making it sound like I am, but I just want people to have the time that they need to get done what they need to get done, because a lot of the people that's working currently on the Wildcat Anthology, they have other projects that they're working on, so that's something that I keep in mind and consider, Also, I'm having progress with Monster Patrol. I got the rough idea for how the first issue is going to go. I got 3 or 4 pages that I'm working on for that. I've got the Blackheart thing going pretty good. I got the first issue of Wildcat, that I'm still working on. I got a lot of projects that I'm doing, that I'm super pumped about. And I will say this one last thing. Since we're at the tail end of it. Jeremy Burtz writes, hey, hello, good sir. I'm glad that you're here. One last thing that I will say, what time I'm thinking about it. I remember I was on Jeff Lafferty's show, and he was talking to me about, relaunching Wildcat, getting that back out there, doing another crowdfund, Indiegogo for it. And I was trying to think. I had an interesting thought about it that I got 15% left on my phone. But I have an interesting thought about it, about relaunching it and stuff. I think a lot of people get the impression that I was, destroyed by it. And it was demoralizing to a little bit, not in the sense that you think. I never expected to make $1 million on the Wildcat first issue, or $10,000 or anything like that. I never expected to get famous from doing the Wildcat first issue, the crowdfund. The only thing that was a bummer about it when it failed is I felt like the universe was telling me, no, you can't be a comic book artist yet. That was it. That was the big slap in the face for me, because you get tired of working your day job and you just want to make comics for a living, you just want to make comics, and you got the universe coming in and saying, hey, you're not allowed to make comics. You got to, waste your time doing this day labor for people that don't appreciate it. You put all your time and effort working for others, and they never appreciate it, And so, my thing is, that's what it was like. That was the only bummer thing about it. But I'm actually grateful that the Wildcat Indiegogo failed, because let me grab me a pen here. Just find me some type of pen, any pen. I'm actually grateful that the Wildcat Indiegogo failed, because I've gotten better as an artist, and the story that I wanted to tell is new and improved. It's a lot better. Not to say that first issue released as was going to be bad. I think people would have enjoyed it. I think I had a solid story for the original first issue. But the thing is, it's sort of like this, I've gotten a lot better as a writer and as an artist, and I feel like the first issue that I'm working on, that I'm crafting on now for Wildcat, is going to be one that a lot of people are going to be excited about. A lot of people are going to be really happy to have and own and purchase. Story is everything to me. And I think that's going to be the thing that will make or break Wildcat. Because I tell you right now, there are a lot of indie comic creators, and I'm not throwing shade at anybody. I'm really not. I don't mean to. But there are a lot of indie comic creators that have a lot of wonderful characters and comics that they've done. And there's probably some indie comic creators, a lot of indie comic creators, most indie comic creators are better artists than me. But the thing is, we got to, oh shit, look at that. I get to talking and I messed up. I'll fix it. That's why I got acrylic paint and white out and all that good stuff. But anyway, let me think. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Then I lost it again. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of artists that are far superior than me. Most artists are, as a matter of fact. But I feel like when it comes to indie comics, the one thing that make you stand out, the one thing that'll bring people back is you got to have a solid story. You got to have a good story and invest a lot of time into crafting the best story that you can. And I feel like if we all do that, if we all invest that time into doing that, then it's going to end up being long-term success for that book, for that character, for your career, you know. And that's what I want. I want all those things, you know. I want people to feel like C.B. Smallwood put maximum effort into making the best possible comic he did, you know. I want people talking about Wildcat. I want people to say that's a good book, you know. That guy knows how to. Well, or at least he's fooling us into how that he knows what he's doing, you know. Yeah. Sorry, I kind of drew off panel there. I had to turn it around to render whatever it is I was trying to render. I don't like how this thing's losing ink. Do I have any ink left in this? You scribble on something here. Let's see. Ooh, this has got some ink. Forget this stupid thing. Where's the lid at? Oh, the Lions Den writes, uno no long time no see. Yes, yes. Well, you know me. I'm always having these technical problems, magical glitches. Everything that can go wrong usually goes wrong for me, you know. Maybe 60% of that is my fault. Who knows? But I am back for now. So, where was I? What was I thinking? Let me see if I can get this scribble here. I really like this little scribble I did. I'm trying to capture the spirit of it anyway. Yeah, I kind of got it. Messed it up though, but whatever. All right, let me put the little fur gadgets. Anyway, as I was saying, I was actually glad that the Wildcat Indiegogo had failed for the first issue. That was, you know, about a year ago now. I don't know how long ago it was, because everything's just bigger and badder and more improved. And honestly, I just it's sort of like a double-edged sword, you know. I need to get more stuff out there, but at the same time, not only do I need to get more stuff out there, but I need to improve as an artist. And the only way you can improve is to get more stuff out there, you know. And I don't want Wildcat to be like one of these things where I just crap it out, you know, and then like 5 years later, I just kind of like look at it in dismay, you know, like, oh, it's awful. Everything about it's awful. I don't want that. I don't want that feeling. I want the feeling like, you know, years from now, like, you know, of course, as an artist, I'm not going to, you know, think it's going to be super awesome as the years go by, because you're always improving, you know. But I want it to be one of these things where when I look back, you know, it's like, you know what, this is good. This is good. You know? My whole thing is, I believe that when you're writing a comic, drawing a comic, coloring a comic, or whatever it is that you're doing with a comic, when you're making a comic book, make what you want to buy, you know? Never ask somebody to buy something that you yourself wouldn't read. And so you got to hold yourself to a standard to try to make a type of comic book that you would really honestly, down to the depths of your heart, would want to buy, want to purchase. The mighty Josh Fox writes, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas to all of you. All of you. To Carmine and Jeremy, Abe. Uh-oh. I got 5% left on my phone. Josh writes, your art has definitely improved, but your character design has gotten a lot better too. Did you hear that, Wildcat? Yeah. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I feel like I am getting better, and you're gonna have to trust me on this. I'm gonna draw a lot more ladies, and I think I'm gonna blow some minds with the ladies. I think the ladies are gonna look really good. So drink some more water. This sucks, man. I got 5% left in my phone. Dang it. What am I going to do? I don't have a cord. Sideburns writes, Merry Christmas, Smallwood. Merry Christmas to you too. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. All that good jazz. All right. So the one thing I do like on this page is this axe. So, oh, by the way, if the stream ends abruptly, it's because my camera lost power. And so, goodbye, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff, okay? So I don't want you to be stranded. So if it blacks out, I'm gone. So you don't have to stick around. Go home. That would be tragic, like if I came back the next day, checked out my YouTube, and everybody's still in the live stream, and there's nothing but darkness. But yeah, I think I should probably end the video at this point with 5% left on the phone. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. I hope you have an excellent Christmas. I will do another video soon. If there's anything you want to see or hear me talk about or anything like that, you just let me know in the comment section down below or in the chat. Also, please remember to be the tide that raises all ships, because we're all in this together, or hopefully we should be anyway. Be the change that you want to see. Also, remember to draw faster. Josh writes, male characters are much easier to do. Exaggerated proportions are more palatable with male characters. That's exactly right. But be the change that you want to see. Remember to draw faster. Carpe diem, my friends. And until the next video, I will see you in the next video. There we go. I kind of botched that. Let's see here. You can tell I'm rusty. I can't even get out of this well. But goodbye, everybody. Merry Christmas. Enjoy the holidays. Toot, 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 toot.